Once we step into our 50s or 60s, life seems to slow down a little. We cherish a peaceful night's sleep more than before. A simple meal feels more meaningful, and even a quiet chat with friends carries a new warmth. Yet it is in these very years that the heart, that faithful companion that has carried us through every season, becomes more fragile than ever. The truth is, many habits that appear harmless, those little drinks we reach for without thinking, are silently wearing down our hearts. People often believe that if they exercise regularly and eat reasonably well, everything will be fine. But the body is more complex than that. I have met countless people who walk every morning, eat their vegetables, never miss a checkup, and still struggle with high blood pressure, irregular rhythms, or restless nights. Often, the hidden culprit is something as small as a cold beer, a glass of red wine before dinner, or a sweetened cup of coffee in the morning. This video is not meant to take away joy from your life. Instead, it's an invitation to face the truth together, so your heart has the chance to heal, to grow stronger, and to keep walking with you through every memory, every laugh, and every moment of happiness still to come. When we think about drinks that affect the heart, beer or liquor often come first to mind. But the story is much bigger. After 50, the heart is not as forgiving as it once was. What felt harmless decades ago now becomes a burden, and the danger lies in the fact that the damage builds slowly, silently, until one day it makes itself known without warning. Let us begin with something that seems innocent: soda. That midday can of cola, that refreshing glass of fizzy sweetness on a hot day. Behind that pleasant taste lies a troubling truth. Artificial sweeteners and added sugars fuel belly fat, trigger inflammation in the blood vessels, and stiffen the arteries. High sugar intake paves the way for insulin resistance, eventually type 2 diabetes. As blood sugar and fat levels climb, the heart is forced to work harder, pumping into an environment heavy with resistance. Now let's move to something that carries a sense of elegance: red wine. For years we've been told a glass a day is good for the heart, but science today paints a different picture. Past 60, the liver doesn't process alcohol like it once did. The heart muscle itself is more sensitive. Even one glass each night can steadily raise blood pressure, weaken the heart, and open the door to atrial fibrillation, a rhythm disorder that can triple the risk of stroke. You may feel perfectly healthy until the very day your heart suddenly skips out of rhythm. Then there are cocktails, those colorful symbols of celebration. They look festive, they taste delightful, and they bring with them the illusion of joy. But under the tiny umbrella and sugared rim lies a dangerous mix of liquor, syrups, cream, and sugar. That sugar caffeine alcohol cocktail is a perfect storm for an aging body. Insulin resistance grows, triglycerides surge, and inflammation spreads through the arteries. The sweet flavor hides the alcohol's true strength, making it easy to drink more than you realize. What feels like harmless fun at a party can, over time, unsettle the very rhythm of your heart. In quieter moments, some turn to stronger spirits: whiskey, vodka, brandy, as a ritual, a comfort, a nightcap before bed. Yet with age, that small glass carries a far heavier weight. The sudden constriction of blood vessels raises blood pressure sharply. The liver struggles to process the alcohol, leaving the heart under strain. For those on blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol medications, hard liquor can interact in unpredictable and dangerous ways. It is no longer about how much you drink, but how your body responds. And after 60, the truth is, it simply cannot handle it as it once did. Coffee, too, deserves a closer look. Black coffee in moderation can be beneficial, but when loaded with sugar, condensed milk, and heavy cream, that morning cup transforms into a calorie bomb. Blood sugar spikes, cholesterol rises, blood pressure climbs, and the heart bears the weight. What begins as a comforting routine can quietly become a daily stress test for your heart. Beer, on the other hand, often hides behind its light and casual image. Yet it is packed with starches that quickly convert into belly fat, especially visceral fat, the kind that clings to your organs and acts like a chemical factory of inflammation. This inflammation hardens arteries, raises blood pressure, and weakens the heart over time. Worse still, beer often replaces water, leaving the body dehydrated, the blood thicker, and the risk of clots much higher. And then there are energy drinks, those little cans marketed as instant fuel for the weary. They promise alertness, but in truth, they deliver massive doses of caffeine and sugar. For an older heart, this combination is a shock. Heart rate accelerates, blood pressure spikes, and arrhythmias can appear out of nowhere. What seems like a boost for the afternoon can instead be the trigger for a dangerous episode. When we weave these stories together, the pattern is unmistakable. Soda, wine, cocktails, spirits, coffee with cream and sugar, beer, and energy drinks. Each of them exerts its own kind of pressure on the heart. They deceive us with sweetness, relaxation, or comfort, but slowly take away the very strength we depend on. The greatest danger is that the damage remains invisible until it erupts in the form of a heart attack, a stroke, or sudden heart failure. And yet, here lies the hope. The human body is remarkably resilient. Even after 60, it has an incredible capacity to heal. You do not need to be perfect. Every small change counts. Each time you swap soda for water, you give your heart a lighter load. Each time you choose herbal tea over a cocktail, you offer your heart a moment of relief. Over time, these small, consistent choices can transform your health and extend the years you get to live fully, joyfully, and with strength. I did not write this to frighten you or to paint life in dark tones. Quite the opposite. I believe the later years of life can be the most beautiful when we care for the heart that carries us through them. What I want to offer is not fear, but hope. Because even if you've spent years with these habits, your body still holds the power to heal. Every sunrise is a chance to begin again. You don't need to quit everything overnight. Start small, drink more water. Try a cup of calming tea. Let gentle music or deep breathing guide you into sleep instead of a nightcap. These simple choices protect not only the heart, but also the peace of your spirit. Your heart has walked with you through storms and sunshine, through laughter and tears. It deserves care, rest, and love. And the beautiful truth is that it does not demand perfection. It only asks that you choose kindness toward it, starting today. If you do, I believe you still have many strong and peaceful years ahead. Years to smile, to love, and to be loved.